What's up, y'all? Kofi Kingston here, and I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks, depending on what that drink is, preferably non-alcoholic, you know?
How's it going? Celtic Warrior, James.
Soda.
I would love to have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Maple syrup.
I would never have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.
Well, hi.
Hey!
Hey, I know we're not Marv, guys. So sorry. I heard rumor has it he's hungover. Is that
Yeah, he
word
did
on the
some
street?
day drinking, you know, just it's over with.
Couldn't wait to drink with everybody. Okay, well, welcome everybody. Wrestling on the Rocks. You know what day it is. It's Thursday.
Yeah.
It's Thursday Night Chaser. You know who I am. Do I know who I am?
I don't know you are.
I'm Ms. Amanda Jane. And with me, of course, on our Thursday spot, my co-pilot over here. Digi, what's going on, dude?
I don't know. Yes. Wow, I'm getting sloot shamed for this my espresso martini already.
Already. Jeez Louise. Going in hard. I am just doing right now. I'm just doing regular Coca-Cola. Oh, boy, it's been a long day because I've been yawning. So, anyways, but hey, so it's an interesting week in wrestling, I guess. Because wow, we're on
dirt sheets were busy.
Oh, they were. Oh, there's a lot of. I don't want to know if you want to call it news, but there was stuff out there. But before we get into all of that, let's
birthdays.
Yep, we're gonna do birthdays because you already know what's in our glasses or cans. I think in our case, can, bottle, I don't know, box. If you're drinking box wine, there's no shame in that. Yes, whatever you're drinking, guys, we love having you. So, anyways,
milk, water.
Yep. The canned water is weird. I'm just gonna say that right now. Canned water, I
didn't like it in Japan.
Yeah, and even like the water that's in a metal can too. It tastes funny, but that it is what it is. It is what it is.
Fair.
So birthdays, not that many this week, so it's gonna be pretty quick. But WWE Hall of Famer Molly Holly. Happy birthday today.
Nora, awesome lady.
Awesome. Yes, she's celebrating her 23rd birthday today. Another, I don't want to say
Really?
another. Yeah, it's looking good. Looking good out in these streets.
Wow.
Probably, I don't know how many 23rd birthdays it is, but damn, 23 is a good number. I'm just saying. Our lovely ex Jericho Appreciation Society member, Daniel Garcia. If you don't know who he is, he's the goofy guy that does, yeah. I think that's so dumb. But anyways, he is a wrestler, not a sports entertainer. So, anyways, happy birthday to you, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know jury's out on this one over here. Raven, happy birthday. Celebrating a birthday. And one of my favorite people who I'm really glad that he landed on some feet in a good area, and I hope that he does well. Brian Tillman Jr.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So glad that he's somewhere and that he's appreciated. Totally
Talk about a dude who just like it wasn't his fault. It was his dad's thing. And
yeah, but I'm gonna say this. I really enjoyed Varsity Athletes.
Fair.
I did. Him and Griff Garrison, great together. I loved it. And then you knew something was gonna happen when all of a sudden that Tony Nese bull crap with Arya Davari came out. I'm like, oh, why are you stealing from these dudes who were great? And it was a great launching pad for Julia Hart. So bless them. I will say.
Well, now she's with the House of Black, best place she could be.
I know she's amazing in House of Black. I love her in there. I would have never thought that would have worked out so well, in my opinion.
I like the eye patch. Pirate.
Okay. Let's see here. Sarah Logan. Happy birthday.
Yay!
Yes. Now, like me, myself, I always forget because, to me, she's always going to be Crazy Mary Dobson, but that's just me. Okay.
Same. No.
Yep, yeah. Mm-hmm. I saw an incredible match that she wrestled for. I can't remember what the promotion was, but it was at It was during WrestleCon in Dallas. And she had a great match with Sue Young. Oh, Jesus. It was such a banger of a match. The two of them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want to say it was like Queens of the Ring or something like that. I think it was. I don't know.
That seems right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really great match because I think who did Cabana wrestle? I think he did Intergender. And I want to say he did Intergender. Either he wrestled Tessa Blanchard or Candice LeRae. Either one of the two, because that sounds right, but I could be wrong.
Seems both like they'd beat him up.
Yeah. And then another one. Are you a Paul Heyman guy? Yep. Okay. Well, Paul Heyman guys and gals, celebrate your dude. It's his birthday this week, so happy birthday, Paul.
I'm sure there was all sorts of stuff with that.
Yep. Another one who's got a birthday this week, and actually probably one of my favorites from NWA, Trevor Murdoch. Happy birthday.
Unsung hero, really.
Yeah. He's good guy. If World Warrior Animal were alive, his birthday. Happy birthday. Baron Corbin celebrating a birthday. Then one of the ladies that's going to be featured in that really awesome women's match at the Impact, what is it? Impact 1000 or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
Angelina Love. Happy birthday.
Now, the question is,
yes,
is it Angelina Love as a single, or are we going to get the Dollhouse of Beautiful People?
No, she's in that multi-woman.
No, I'm like, which variation of her?
We're probably going to get Beautiful People.
Okay. So it'll be a match then.
Yeah, I think that you kind of have to do Beautiful People, especially because the Velvet Skies come in, and ballet, not necessarily wrestling. But I think that's what you kind of have to, you would assume and kind of have to go with. I don't know. But that's for me, when I think of Angelina Love and I think of Impact, that's what I really think of her.
You know who I'm kind of sad they don't have anymore? Scarlett Bordeaux.
Yeah.
She's under contract. She was big for Impact.
Yeah. Yeah. That I will tell you, Scarlett. Oh Jesus, I know a lot of people. She's very with a lot of people, very hit and miss with people's opinions. But man, I will just say this because I've seen the woman do it many a time when she was the manager for the Besties.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen her do like Hurricane Ranas. I'd seen her do like, I think I almost saw her do a Canadian in like 6-inch heels. Stiletto.
6-inch heels and
heels.
that, I mean,
Little,
huge tracts
yeah.
of land. Like, how the hell?
No idea. Okay. And I'm going to say this, people. You can hate all you want, but you can't hate a woman who can do that. And I will say that those moves were probably better than at least 90% of the women out there. And you can at me at that.
A lot of people forget she had ring time. Like, she actually was part of an event scene.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. People forget. They just say, "Oh, look, she's all like pretty and dolled up and like next to cross." Like, no, you guys got to look back.
She had a career before then.
Mm-hmm. There was some beautiful footage from around, like, I want to say 2015. No, actually, probably more like 2016 to 2017 ish, maybe. Not those 2 years. Don't know. But
my little one tried to learn how to sashay like her without heels. It was adorable.
Yes.
It didn't work out well.
But hey, it happens. But she's that's one I'm like, you got to give her credit where credit is due, because damn, that is somebody who they can go. So yay.
Yeah.
So guys, just as a reminder, if you know of a birthday that I probably didn't mention or whatnot, feel free to, at me at Ms. Amanda Jane, where, and I will remember or try to remember to include them in the birthdays. So yay. Awesomeness. So Digi, since you brought it up, dirt sheet, what's going on? Tell me some dirt sheet drama. I'm curious because
we're prophetic. Bishop likes to think on the Monday brand that he's always right. No, we've called it line for line every episode, because we were talking about last time. What about Phil Brooks, CM Punk? What are they going to do with him? What was Tony Khan going to do? And I said, he's gone. Not only is he gone, but Ace Steel is gone too.
Good riddance. I'm sorry, but here's my thing. He should have never been brought back, because you don't, and I mean, we all don't know, but it's pretty obvious, like, it is true that he did bite Kenny Omega, because I've said before in episode 1, like about a month after, 6 weeks after Kenny was doing an interview, and you still saw his arm, and like right here on the forearm, like right about here, there was a bite, like maybe this big, and you could tell it's a mouth. I
know a lot of women who would love to have done that. I mean, it's a shame that honor went to somebody else.
Women, men, whatever.
No,
Larry probably wanted a piece of that. I don't know.
The dirt sheets have been floating around the idea that he's going to go back to WWE. That's just not going to happen. There's no money to be made. He's too divisive. Their top 25 stars want nothing to do with him in all 3 locker rooms.
Nope.
So does that mean he's going to continue wrestling on the indies, or is he going to go back home and write another comic book nobody reads?
Well, I think that he'll try to go somewhere. He's going to try, obviously, WWE, and that's going to fail miserably, because they're not going to want anything to do with him.
Yeah.
And all this throwing out there now, I guess I had saw something today that he was trying to say that after the last suspension that he was trying to get back so he could have done Rumble 23. I'm like,
that didn't happen. I just wonder what locker room is going to take him, because I know there's a few indies out in Chicago that would take him that he's worked with at one-offs in the last 10 years. Because that's my focus. I don't care what the big brands do. They're pretty much done with him. It's what are the smaller brands going to do with him?
I will tell you what they would do. This is just my opinion, but I think that if any smaller promotion books Phil at this point in time, that's really kind of alienating the godfather of modern professional independent wrestling, and
That's
they should know
fair.
better. I don't see him doing Eric Cannon's promotion,
All
First
right.
Wrestling at Minnesota. Do not see that. AAW, that's an interesting one. I want to say that could be a question mark. The one, if any indie was going to bring him, it would be Warrior Wrestling.
Think so.
Yeah,
I mean, a
because
lot of their locker room is fairly new, so
yeah, and I think that I know definitely like you're not going to see him wrestling in Mexico, so you're not going to see any
mm-mm.
AAA. You're not going to see any Crash. You're not going to see any of that.
Well, I know
Um,
Conan won't have anything to do with it.
oh no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
no, that
But
he's
I
been
think that
very public about that.
yeah, if anything, there's some rumblings I heard about Impact. I don't know. I don't think it would not shock me if Billy Corgan put him on NWA.
Maybe. I know
But
Scott
then
Demore won't
again,
do it.
no. But then again, who knows? I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
So my big thing to you is, Phil, you shouldn't have. You should have
I
just
mean,
taken your money and just said yes and whatever, because at the end of the day, it just made you more public enemy number one at the end of the day. So,
and you're going to drag that to everybody else you go to in the business. I mean,
mhm,
that's inevitable.
yeah. And I'm pretty sure too, by association, people will not like that the Wow Wrestling has done anything with the women's thing because his old lady, like I think it's producing that,
Yeah.
not like it's gonna hurt her any, but like really honestly with him, if I were him, I would just I'll just tuck it
Just
in
let it go.
right off into the sunset with the money that Tony gave you. And you should be
Yeah,
just
because
fine.
I mean, AJ has remarkably been able to stay out of his sphere quite a bit because he's always pissing somebody off, and she's just now getting her feet wet again in the business after all of
Yeah.
that. And working with WoW, I think is a great thing. For those of you that don't know, Women Wrestling has a YouTube channel where they post a lot of their older stuff for some of the stars that
Mhm.
you guys like today. Not sponsored, but they do.
Yeah. Mhm.
Sorry, I had something attached to my chair that wasn't a cat. Let's see here. But yeah, that's like, cause the bigger brands are regardless to me. I'm more looking at like your NWAs, your Impacts, your smaller promotions who are, been the lifeblood of the industry.
Well, you're bringing some people over here because I'm just looking at the comments and we got some
Oh,
people.
I do.
Yes, you do. You brought some fans. Thank you for bringing fans because this is
No,
awesome.
I'm their fan. I mark for Lolly and Mortis. I do. I am such a mark
Oh,
for them. So
yes,
big
it's good.
hearts to you guys.
Yeah, thanks
That
for coming in.
that's
Yep. Hope
feel
you
free to
stay.
comment
Yeah, derailed the show. I'm waiting for Willis to come
everybody
in
else.
so I can Willis shame him because now that I know how I can find the comments. Mwah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now I know. Yeah, no, Phil, I don't know. It's very interesting because, we'll get the Phil talk out of the way. So people were trying to say that on Collision
Mm-hmm.
lost viewership and
Uh,
All Out
like a
did
quarter
okay.
of it.
Yeah,
Collision lost like a
but
quarter viewership.
yeah, but you got to think of it this way. Like me, I'm like, it's the last for AEW, the last like that last whole week. That's a lot of wrestling going from you had
Everybody got hit
Dynamite,
too.
and then you got Dynamite, you have a Rampage, then you had Collision, then you had All In, then you had another Dynamite, you had another Rampage, you had another Collision, you had eight damn shows
Like that's too
in the
much.
span of like a week and a half, almost. That's a lot. That's a lot of John Moxley, a lot of like Orange Cassidy, a lot of Darby Allen, a lot of people I don't need to be seeing every damn week. Okay.
Yeah.
And like Orange, I'm like, dude, You fucking look like a hot mess. You are totally beyond injured. And you had to come out there and just let us know I'm still here. I'm like, I don't have a catchphrase. I'm like, who? I don't care. Take some time off, dude. Let other
Yeah.
people have kind of the sunshine, because I heard Wardlow's coming back. And
Yep.
apparently the quote was, and I will read this because I definitely enjoyed this, because anybody who knows me knows I like a good daddy. Yeah, we're good there. No peaches, people. I said good daddy. He apparently had said here, oh, I don't know, maybe I didn't post it, but anyways, I guess he had told some dirt sheets that he's back and daddy needs to school some people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because Wardlow, especially during some of his indie runs, it wasn't locker room leader. He was a locker room enforcer. And that's probably something where they went, yeah, let's put that in line,
Well,
How
do you explain Jake Cargill then? Because that bitch is still green. Years and years of green. And I don't know what she's doing on her hiatus, but I know it's not improving on her wrestling.
Yeah,
So.
But the difference is that what I'm more referring to is the drama end of things. Like if there was beef between people in a locker room, Wardlow would be the guy that would go, all right, you two, by the scruff, in a room, fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than, like, dude, I've heard more than a couple stories where it was just, some, smart ass, green around the gills guy thought they were the next great thing, got mouthy with one of the other boys in the back, and they needed some management.
I know. But if you do go on my Twitter, everyone at Miss Amanda Jane, there's something funny. Someone had one of those things where they had like the little photos, and it's like, can you name a worse debut than this? And this was like the chicken and the egg.
Oh, the gobbledygooker.
Yep. But you know what I had that was even worse? No one can top my answer.
Okay.
Scotty motherfucking Goldman.
Okay.
All I gotta say.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's the worst according to WWE, and this is fact. He was the worst wrestler in WWE history.
Okay.
Fact.
But we're just talking about debut.
Yeah, and his debut, Scotty Goldman. Yeah, when you come out and you have this big like Star of David like flashing behind you on the jumbotron, like yeah, it's very.
I got one. I will contest you on that. Sammy Callahan, formerly known as Solomon Kane.
Oh, good Lord.
It was
no, but it wasn't
one promo, one appearance, done.
But no, I don't think it was as bad. No, because you could say C.J. Parker was bad. Juice Robinson, C.J. Parker.
Yeah, but
bad.
The juice is loose. The juice just needed to get in the ring and do something. But when you can't even get to that point,
well, Scotty Goldman was. Yeah,
I love Sammy. This is not a knock on Sammy. Yeah. It was a knock on the creative entirely.
But he was the first one who left because they, on his own accord. He was the first one, I believe, right? And then I think then it was Juice. But I will say this, like Scotty Goldman, in all ways around it was not right. It was wrong. And so I think that's why definitely it goes down in that history. And I'm not saying because I'm a freaking Colt Cabana stan. It's more because that's the truth. I mean, yeah, if you ask him too, he'll tell you that he is the worst wrestler in WWE. Scotty Goldman. Yes.
That's hilarious.
Now I did buy the micro brawler, and he signed mine. I have both of them. They gave me the chase too. Well, duh. If they didn't, I probably would have raised holy hell with Ryan Barkin over there at Pro Wrestling Tees. Which, by the way, I'm waiting for the Ricky Stark one, dude. We need we need that. Waiting impatiently.
So,
but yeah,
I got to run you through some news. This is what I do. Okay. We have Sonny Kiss has replaced Barry Horowitz in the BLP Turbo Grabs 24 tournament. He's going in at number 4. Or I don't. Bear with me. I don't understand. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, Sunny Kiss is doing that replacement. This is all just as of today. Jordan Grace is going to be doing Revolver.
Mm.
Down for that. Eddie Kingston and Brian Keith, Warriors of Wrestling.
I just saw that. I'm like, that is dope as
It's
now.
just, oh,
You know, I will say this. It was great to see that he was on AEW TV. But honestly, if he had had more time and a better match with Hangman, I think it would have been freaking a barn burner. I'm just
you
gonna say it
almost
that way.
wonder how much of that is based on one or the other. How much of the no sell was on the opponent? Because I know Eddie Kingston can work a match, a damn fine match.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So because I've got my theories about that. Sometimes it's not the wrestler's fault; it's that they're being personally screwed. You know,
Yeah.
and that happens.
Yeah. I'm thinking, and hopefully I'm correct with this, is the one that got him on AEW programming is Chris Hero, since Chris Hero books him almost every month over, at West Coast Pro. So that's probably I was thinking, oh, that's great. And like so that's what I'm hoping for. And because I am that person, next time I see Chris Hero at West Coast Pro, I'm gonna say, so are you gonna write Ricky? Are you booking his shit? Are you, please tell me you are, because honestly, he needs a break. He needs a break. But I'll go in that tirade later. Later.
Let me know when we get that moment. I got a thing for it now.
Oh no. Okay, we have a thing for it. Guys.
Yeah.
We'll just say that. But I'm really glad that Sunny Kiss, a lot of people are out there really supporting her and and wanting her to get out there, because honestly, like, that was somebody that I'm like, you dropped a really huge ball, Tony Khan. Really huge. Like, there's, I think, 3 people that I think that he kind of dropped the ball with. Sunny Kiss was one of them. Okay. Another one, definitely is Fuego del Sol. That guy was so over. So freaking over, and yeah, no. And then the third, and honestly, I think that she was kind of growing on me, was Abaddon. That scary woman was growing on me.
I mean,
yeah, she's kind of growing on me.
I won't. I will put it to you this way: that last one, I kind of have a feeling there's a reason why. That's what I'll say to that.
Yeah. Well, it would also be kind of cool if someone out there wants to book her versus Maxine Paler. I think that would be.
That's already a thing. That's gonna. I
it?
think that's happening at the. Yeah, it's happening soon.
Oh, look at that! See, people are in my mind booking what's in my mind. It's coming out there. It's coming.
We are the prophecy of the indie scene.
I do book AEW. Tony Khan won't admit it, but I do. I've done it before. Marsha's done it before on the show. Heard it here, episode 1. Not to brag, but but what does it get us? It gets us nothing. We're banned from going to those media scrums. We're not allowed.
Yep.
So I'm going to try. I have 2 shots. I'm going to Wrestle Dream, and I'm going to Full Gear. Will you see me at both? I think you will. Well, definitely you'll see me at Full Gear, because I'm facing the hard cam.
Take some pictures.
Third row hard cam. So hopefully short people are in front of me. Because when I saw my friend Kevin, shout out to Monster Kevin, who's like 7 feet tall, big dude, freaking, and I'm like, he's like, I'm facing the hard cam second row, and I'm like, uh-oh. And
like, let's trade seats.
Oh shit. No. I was like, oh shit, please don't be in front of me. Knowing me, I'm gonna be that person behind him. And I'll be, sir, can you sit down, because I can't see Ricky Starks' ass.
Go all Karen on him. Like, let me speak to your manager.
I'd be going, sir, can you please sit down? Wait, no, you are sitting down. Can you squat? Because I can't see Ricky Starks' ass. Thank you.
I mean,
Or, hey, why don't we solve this? Let me just be in front of you that match and it's okay. I don't care. All
we're
right.
just
It would
gonna,
help my vision a little bit. I mean, I know that thing is big and I'll see it anyway, but you know, I am a little blind. A little blind sometimes. But
no,
anyways,
tell us more.
oh yeah, no, I can tell you more. Speaking of that, let's just go there, okay? So, Evil Uno,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm gonna give you this moment. Evil Uno, you and me right here. Because
Okay,
Ricky
gonna.
posted a photo of him at the airport showing his back, like I think on
Mm-hmm.
the day after, and or whatnot. And I will say this, like I personally, that match is brutal. It's hard to watch at certain points just because of how brutal it was. But I think that, I mean, I don't know what Meltzer gave it, but both of them, holy shit. I think that's probably at least maybe top two of the night.
Okay, but
I
was
don't
it
know.
too hard, too much? Like, give us.
Well, for me, okay, you're sitting here and you've got a guy that just came back really quickly from an injury,
Mm-hmm.
okay, in Danielson. And you're also getting a guy who was just royally fucked over for like the anytime, like again, he always says in his promos, he's true. It's not him whining about it, it's true. Like every time he gets something just knocks him the fuck down, you know. And to be honest, I'm even surprised that he got what he got this. So you're throwing someone in there who is, yeah, you know, you're throwing someone who's really hungry and has something to prove. And is this an ideal opponent? Not necessarily, but it was on the level of what it he should have been getting. Now, if it was not Danielson and it was Phil, it would have been a whole different thing. And I think that it would be very one-sided and it would be pretty brutal, and that would be on Phil's side. You know,
Well,
all about Phil. You know, we're gonna make this
I'm only
Ricky, you
looking
know,
because
my
we can
bitch.
backroom book all we want, but at the end of the day, I mean,
Mhm.
that kind of position he got there by busting his ass on the Indies, like
Yeah.
straight out, no question. Somebody saw the light, and yeah, and he's right. It's like he gets that, that big moment, and then something changes. Somebody gets in trouble. Somebody X, Y, and Z, and it's out of his control.
Yeah. Well, when you look at him pre-pandemic, okay,
Mm-hmm.
right before everything shut down, now this is one thing I did not understand, but he became at hard times the NWA, you know, television
Yep.
champion, you know, bravo to him. But he lost it that weekend too during the tapings, the Zicky
Yeah.
Dice. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, you know, can't the kid fucking, and this was always been something that I was always like, gosh, like always a bridesmaid. Like when he and Aaron Solo were extra talented and at Wrestle Circus, um, the Gorillas of Destiny were the champs, heavily
Mm-hmm.
promoted that they were the champs. But what happened was, word on the street was that they did not, they bounced checks to the Gorillas. So what did they do? They
Yep.
were like, fuck you, we're taking these belts. These are ours. Bye. See ya.
That
So they had
happens
new
probably
belts
more than people know.
replaced. And quietly, who was crowned the champions? Extra talented. But you
Mm-hmm.
know, like unlike all the other champions they had, would you have known the extra talented were the tag champs?
Yeah.
I didn't know. And then I was told by both of them simultaneously. Exactly. I'm like, Jesus. So that's
But you,
always been like a Ricky Starks thing, I think. And it's more like I understand why he gets frustrated. Okay. There are a lot of people up there that shouldn't have the platform that they have.
mm-hmm.
Luchasaurus. Um,
Mm-hmm.
sorry. Yeah, no. Christian is the TNT champion. At me at that
Yeah.
bitch. At me at that bitch. because anybody who freaking has ever seen Luchasaurus, it's like you only got where you were because you were riding off of freaking Jack Perry.
And now he's
All I'm gonna say. Now, okay, I love it when someone had this narrative of, oh, he's like a spoiled like brat, he's got his father's millions. I'm like, hold on here. Please do not throw fucking goddamn Luke Perry rest in fucking peace. Don't throw him under a bus like that. Dude, y'all don't know. Like Jack back in the day, totally fucking humble dude. Even to this day, I've seen it myself. Even,
he paid his fucking dues. Like
he's
any of
he's
his
paid a lot of dues. And I think that it's not, you don't go on PWG, right? Because you give fucking Super Dragon like $100,000 and let me book me on PWG. It doesn't work like that. The guy is actually very, very talented. He had some amazing matches with Jake Atlas, who I miss dearly. And I think that when you go back and you look at it, like, I mean, he's got some amazing shit. And
I love the Gentleman Jack gimmick because that's what this is. It's a modification of his older gimmick, his Jungle Boy gimmick. That was a newer thing.
Yeah.
He was Gentleman Jack. He was one of the top heels going around the Midwest for ever in a fucking day.
Mm-hmm. But I think, really honestly, it's no secret, I think, that like there are people who are bitter, and I'm sorry that just because you're friends with someone, it doesn't mean necessarily that you pick a side. Now, is it good to pick a side? No. Oh, Willis, he's at the gym, no water.
Mm-hmm.
I will listen to the podcast later, boo-boos. Why are you at the gym with no water? Okay, first of all,
and
that's not
Willis safe. Like, I hear you're at the gym. You clearly got your phone on you. You can watch on 2 different platforms. What's stopping you?
He's on the YouTube. I see the little YouTube icon. Yeah, Willis, you're screwed because now I can see when you comment now, and I can't put it necessarily because I don't know about putting it on the damn screen. That's not my thing, but I will say I can see it now. So
if I had that control,
that's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but going back to Jack, I think that again, you really, people shouldn't have to pick sides. It's immature. But what I will say is this is the reason why you shouldn't, or at least be vocal on one side or another, is because people will question basically they'll question your loyalty to, well, actually, no, it's more your motive and then your loyalty.
Yeah.
Because
is your career based on nepotism rather than work ethic? And that's
and not only that too, but it's like if you're going to jump on someone's team and you're doing it because you think it's going to get you somewhere, that's not a good look. It's not a good look. But
and that's something that's interesting. Speaking of people who've spent some time with Ring of Honor, they actually just put out a tweet from them asking the fans who they would like to see that as independent wrestlers that they want to see with the RH brand. So it kind of looks like they're expanding the roster and separating the brands and going down to the the nitty gritty, the new talent, sort of pull an Impact pre-Dixie Carter.
Yeah, hold on a second. Sorry,
like there was a crisis. I mean, is that what we're calling it?
Hold on, this is a little crisis here in the real world.
Okay, well, then I will keep it going here with some more news.
Here we go. Oh no, I'm done. Done with the crisis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Minoru Suzuki is going to MLW.
Interesting.
So that's a thing. Absolute legend. I don't know how the dude's still doing it, but he's doing it. I can't argue that point.
Murder Grandpa's amazing.
Yeah,
that's just it. The man scares me. He smiles, and I like fucking run away. I mean, that shit is some scary shit. Yeah, like when I met him and wore my my Hello Kitty shirt that came from his store, Harajuku Pile Driver. He
Mm-hmm.
was having his conversation with me. I need to get a picture with him now without a mask on, and I'll wear it again. He's like, oh, I like the shirt. And I go, thank you. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
how did you get that? Because they didn't sell it out in the States. And I was like,
Yeah.
it's very difficult. I said, your website is not translated, English translation friendly. And he laughed at me. I said, so I need to make sure I got the right size. I was hoping that it was, because if it came in too small, I would have been upset, I would have been cried. And yeah, no. But then he was like
Yeah.
smiling at me, and I was kind of creeped out, and I was really scared. And I'm like, this isn't gonna like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
he scares me. Rightfully so.
Huh.
Rightfully so.
He's. But I think, in terms of people like more Japanese end of things, it was Chono. Chono's got hands as big as my head. And when he like, people do that whole slapping thing across the chest in the ring. When this dude hits you, you knew it.
Like Gunther.
Yeah, they're about the same size.
Oh Jesus. But Gunther was saying that really it's all in the forearm, which
It is.
I believe, I definitely believe it, because if you because I've only chopped somebody once, and I've never had chopped anyone before. It was during a wrestling match. And yeah, I did it because I don't know why, but I did this kind of like overhand thing. That was like all this right here. I had a handprint on the dude. I was like, what? Yeah, pretty fucking cool. You guys watch Defy? There's a wrestler named Carl Randers, and he was wrestling Cabana, and he was like walking around with him. He chopped him, and I said really loudly, like, "Hey, I'm gonna do that," and you're okay. And he brings him over to me. And then he was being mean to Colt most of the evening, and I was like, "This, you deserve this." Yeah,
nice.
I have pictures of it, like, yeah, that a photographer took in the motion of it, and it was like, Jesus. Yeah, I got a standing
That's the
ovation.
kind of thing you can't get on the big name products, because there's all sorts of craziness, liability, and whatnot. And
yeah, and there was
there's
a dance
magic.
off. Yeah, it's magic. Like that show had a dance off between Johnny, insert your name, and Randy Myers of Pacific Northwest Wrestling fame. And the ref. The ref actually, they had dance off, and then they wanted the ref to dance off. So what did the ref do? The ref had some like moves, like Magic Mike moves, took the shirt off. And you know what? I had $1 and I went and I threw it in the ring.
Worth it.
And then he was like, no, no. And then he was like, no. He gave it back to me. And he goes, you put it in like this. So I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's always good to have decorum, right?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, give me that all day. And then of course, the first match of the night was Ricky Starks versus Shaft, Shaft's actually really freaking great. But that apparently was the longest match that Shaft had ever wrestled before. And he was very winded. And we saw a little bit of a peach. No, not a little bit. Whole lot of peach.
Just getting up the symbols.
Yep, I don't mind that.
What do you think?
Don't mind that. I'm waiting for that to happen. Waiting for it to happen on TV.
I'm avoiding the Ricky Starks comment. We could go for hours.
Well, okay, so I know that, what is worse? Seeing someone's ass or saying the word shit or fuck on TV? I think that shit or fuck is worse than seeing someone's ass.
The FCC is weird. I mean, that's why a lot of the pay-per-view stuff went to online mediums, because pay-per-views were still under FCC guideline. Internet is still not regulated by the FCC. So if you wanted to know, now you know.
Well, yeah, but I honestly, there's nothing wrong with a little ass.
I'm sure the ass boys approve.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, yeah. I will say that entrance, speaking of the ass boys, I really Love it. And with the addition of Switchblade and Juice Robinson.
I
It works.
I
It
love
really
that
works.
they're not confined like that. That's something
Mhm.
that's nice to where these guys
Yeah.
remember where they came from, and they're
Mhm.
you can see some of your favorite on-screen TV people at anywhere else, man. Just keep your eyes open.
Yeah. Like I'm really hoping, because I'm going on the Jericho cruise again.
Oh
Really
God,
hoping that Jay White is on there.
the
Yeah.
Switchblade.
I love Switchblade. I mean, I loved him when he was on Excursion and doing ROH. Like I
Yeah,
actually saw his last indie show, which was at APW in San Francisco. The last one before he went back to New Japan and
his
became the
ROH
Switchblade.
run was fabulous. His New Japan run was untouched.
Yeah, like that was one that I know they always like. There's always that kind of with Gaijin, but
Hmm
he
They
did
took him
very
quick.
well. They
He
did.
was the second coming of AJ Styles, legitimately.
Hmm.
Like as
Yeah.
far as NJPW is concerned.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because while he would deny Mr.
Mhm.
P1 that he was ever the leader, it was still, it was done name. Once Devitt had left, they needed a name, and he was like, "I'll do it."
Yeah, that was the other one. There were two on the scene that I never got to see wrestle before
Okay,
they got signed.
all
It
right.
was it was Devitt
Uh-huh.
and Tommy End. Those were the two.
Oh, Tommy End.
Because I saw Pac, I saw a lot of people, but I did not see Tommy End and I did not see Devitt.
It sucks you
And those
weren't
broke
over
my
in Europe.
heart. Mhm.
Like,
Well, no,
not a
Tommy
whole
End
lot.
was in Reseda. He had done Bola.
Oh, I was talking
And
about Devitt.
oh, Devitt. Yeah, no, I don't think he ever did. I don't think he ever did Reseda, or if he did once. But I'm probably totally wrong. But
Yeah,
damn, I'm just like, oh. But at least I got to see Pac at least before it, all
yeah.
that, and stuff. There's some people I'm like, God, I wish I never had seen at all. Like, but that's very, 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 very few people that I'm like, but but
That
yeah,
was
no, but then I saw
actually
some that I'm absolutely just freaking love. And, like for example, like Bronson Reed, fucking love him. Like a people, one person who I really think pandemic did him kind of dirty too. Adam Brooks. I miss Brooksy. Love
yeah.
him. Yep. I told him he just needs to like marry somebody. He tried to hint that at me, but I was like,
It's like no.
no. Although I would be like, you can talk in that slang all day to me, and I would just be all, yeah, but no, it's got to be
Yeah.
more than that. And everyone would be, that's a fake marriage anyway, because they go, she fucking loves Colt Cabana. Colt Cabana would never let that happen.
Though if Ricky Starks offered, you'd be done.
Oh, no comment. I'm not going to comment. I'm not commenting on that. I'm not commenting on that. I see what you're doing. I'm not commenting on that. I'm not buying that. I'm not
Look,
going to get baited into that. No.
I don't think anybody's got to be baited into anything.
Oh, I wouldn't. Oh, he is not husband-like material.
That's
No.
fair, but at least you make a great end table.
True. But that's not what it's about. So anyways, now so
Fair.
yeah, so back to him, and we got totally sidetracked. But yeah, no. I think that strap match, I mean, if anyone were to tell me that shit was not real, okay?
Yeah.
That shit was, yeah. I'm surprised that Brian let Ricky hit him as hard as he did in the head.
Yeah,
That was a huge thing for
that was a
me.
lot.
Same with Brian and hitting Ricky in the neck. I'm surprised Ricky let him do that. And also, not only that, too, but freaking really choke him out to where he passed out. I could not believe that. Like I look back and I've watched it like a few times, and I'm like, he's not fucking acting. Like he fucking was like
He got put
purple.
out.
Yeah. And I'm sitting there getting all mad because fucking, oh, MJF has a little boo boo. And they all like run over to him. Oh, my neck. And then you see fucking Ricky start black out. And I'm like, where's the freaking, the medic? Where's the medic? No one ever came down. Even Aubrey like walked away. I'm like, bitch, I hate you. I hate you even more because the guy's fucking passed out on the ground. You're not even checking him. Fucking whore. Seriously. I'm not saying because it's Ricky. She's just a very shitty ref, and she is not one of my favorite people.
Yeah, we've had that conversation.
No, she also trained with problematic people. So people, before any of you get on me about Marty Skrull, you better fucking do some research about like some of the people that you like. Like, oh, I don't know, Aubrey Edwards. I don't know.
There's a lot of people. Like you talk to some of the pros, and they'll tell you there's some people. Oh, okay. NWA doing a Samhain pay-per-view. I can't find any. I know they've got time to build the card, but I'm like, but I want to know now.
I guess I don't know. NWA is weird. Like it would had so much potential and steam with the pandemic and doing the thing with ROH that pandemic killed that promotion. It did.
Pandemic killed ROH, killed NWA, killed a ton of fucking promotions.
MLW, no, because MLW did it to themselves.
Yeah,
with some of those, the way the contracts were, because I love me, and I know that Marsh does too. Alexander Hammerstone, he's awesome, and I think that when you're locking people into these like really exclusive like contracts, it's like it's not a good thing. Did I think that it stunted
Indies do almost a per date?
Yeah, I think it kind of stunted Hammerstone's growth out, in the modern day age right now, because I think that also the other person it kind of hurt too, or does hurt a little, is Jacob Fatu, but I'm not going to say that.
Well, the Fatu family, they'll be fine no matter where they go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, he's good people. So I'm not gonna, not gonna go there and shit on people. But yes, so yeah, no, so that pay-per-view, very interesting. Interesting that both Kenny and the Young Bucks lost 2 weeks in a row. So for people talking shit, I think about these EVP, dude, they like Kenny doesn't have to he doesn't have to, beat Takeshita and like FTR and the Young Bucks. Okay, yeah, I get that. Okay.
Well, FTR is going to be a thing.
Yeah, but let's see how long. Let's see how long FTR stays without their buddy Phil.
No, that's not even the problem.
A lot of things about people. A lot of things.
They pulled a gun on someone. Yeah, what was it? Cash pulled a gun on somebody at a road rage.
Yeah,
he's got a court date soon.
And then a little fucking Baldy. Oh, Cole Cabana made fun of how I talk. Cole Cabana makes fun of a lot of people. Where the fuck have you been, bro? He's the most awkward person in the universe. If Cole Cabana is making fun of you, it's not. It's his way of serious.
I am confirming a memory. Who is the current champion for? Because I could have sworn I know Tyrus. Oh, EC3 is currently the champion. He beat Tyrus in a bull rope match.
Yep.
And I think that's interesting. Like,
why is that?
Because EC3 and Braun Strowman had put together that promotion, and they had some
Mhm.
fire behind it. Like it
Yeah.
could have made something bigger than it was, but there was a few missteps with some of the talent. You know, at least to my understanding, I don't work backstage.
Mhm.
Um, and to see, like, he could have went back to Impact, he could have went back to WWE because they had no problem with him.
Yeah.
You know, he could have signed anywhere, but he chose the NWA because I mean, that's interesting. Like Tyrus can't really go but so many places because he doesn't know when to stop talking.
Did I lose your sound? I think I
I
lost
mean,
your
did
sound.
you? You lost my sound?
Uh-oh. Guys, take a drink. It's just episode 1.
Yeah. Is anybody
I
out there to tell me if you can hear me?
think we did lose your sound. Take another drink. It's okay. Uh-oh. I don't know how to fix this. So, uh-oh. Whoops. Sorry,
I'll
folks.
find
Hold
out.
on. Un momento, por favor.
It might be on just
Let's
on your
see.
end.
Hi.
I can hear you.
I'll just think of a topic until we figure out what the
This
hell's
is
going on with the
great.
sound. But here's topic. Okay, going back into
So
all out.
you can't hear me.
Let's talk about how fucking amazing Tony Storm is. I don't hear you. No.
Okay.
Ooh, excuse me. If you're out there in La La Land, can you tell me if you hear Digi, because I don't.
They can hear me.
What are we doing? Oh wait, I don't know sign language. Wait, I see a thing. I see. What the hell? I have no idea what's going on.
They can hear me,
okay, that's
but
the
you
universal
can't.
sign of I'm texting you, bitch. All right. Okay, hold on. In episode 1 again, like I said, guys, take a drink.
That's awesome.
They can hear me, but you can't hear me. I can see you. Wait, no, I can't hear you. No, it's this. It's okay, yeah. For those who are doing audio, I was like doing the can't hear me John Cena thing, and then I was hitting my head, and Did you doing the same thing? But damn, I don't understand why I can't hear you. Hold on.
You broke something. I don't know what she did.
So. Okay, I can hear you now. Okay. Let's be fair. Okay. All right. God, like 20, like SpongeBob. 4 hours later.
What did you do?
Yeah. I don't know what I did, but all I know is all of a sudden, like, there was no sound. I don't know. But again, guys, episode 1.
Episode 1, it's always the first.
Always the first. And you know what? This is not the first time, nor is it probably ever going to be the last time that something like that happens. So y'all know. So thank you.
I'm involved.
Yeah. Thank you for seeing if you saw the chaos, it was funny. If you're listening to audio and you didn't see it, you need to freaking go back and watch video.
There was a lot of hand gestures and not all of them were appropriate.
And we're like, what? Like, I'm not understanding. Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about? No, yeah.
Having to send text messages between each other, you know.
Like, we would have all do. You know, they're like, what's this? Like, yeah, audio and video got screwed because we're not including you in the conversation.
Yeah, and that's no good.
Yeah, that's no.
Oh man.
So yeah, I think Tony Storm. I love that fucking character. And then yesterday on Dynamite with Renee, holy shit. Yep.
They're
Yep, chins up, tits out, and watch for the shoe. That was the best. And there with the shoe, I'm like, this is fucking. Whoever is writing this is amazing. Whoever thought of this with her. No, but whoever thought of it with her.
I'd give her the
But
credit of just. Mhm.
you know who I think might be Asianing that kind of shit, because it's
Who
kind
might
of
be
kooky.
Asianing that shit?
Not Asianing, agenting. It could be Colt Cabana because he's got very dry, witty humor like that. So
That's fair.
that's fair. I'm just saying, people.
We have people that listen, so I had to be clear myself.
Well, shit, like people, y'all know I throw yellow cards out left and right. People, come on now,
Yep.
come on now.
Hey, BoJack,
Yeah.
what do you think of
Yeah.
BoJack? Do you know who this dude is?
No,
He's like
I
a
don't.
younger, bigger Mark Henry.
I don't know who that is. No.
Yeah, he's
But
PWF.
but I can tell you, I know who Sam Stackhouse is, friend of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Yep.
Where's he at
I'm
now?
trying to get Juicy Finau and Jacob Fatu to have him wrestle at Oasis Pro.
That would be
I'd
nice.
love to see Stam out here. So I'm gonna try to do that. I need Willis's help with that. But anyways, Willis who doesn't have water. If you pass out, dude, I told you so. You can't be going to no gym without water.
That'll be
God,
funny.
that's like having like pizza without the crust.
That's like
Why?
putting on baby oil and going under really hot lights for 30 to 40 minutes at a time.
I don't know about that one, but
I don't know. The 80s told some stories.
yes. I was gonna say, speaking of like weird stories, it's funny because the way how your can is looking, I was like, oh, are you drinking like iron brew? I was just thinking of Grado because I was like, it's like you're drinking iron brew.
I was doing
Not
the
like
not sponsored clear.
There you go. See, yeah, no, I actually was like, I asked Cabano, I'm like, what did iron brew taste like? He said it was horrible. Is it as horrible as people say? And he's like, well, I thought so. I'm like,
it's got a bitterness that makes you upset with life.
that's a good way to put that. That's a very good way. That's a very good way to put that. Now, the Impact Show, if Grado's not, Grado should be on there. I'm just saying that. Throwing it into the ether.
Grado. Where is he at now? I'm gonna do a.
He hasn't been wrestling as he's still doing his TV shit, which is great. But someone
he's
had
at ICW.
Are they still running ICW?
Apparently.
I thought they haven't post-pandemic. I could be wrong. Because OTT is running a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that's one. I want to call it my European vacation, where I go to Ireland to OTT, then I go to the UK to go see Rev Pro, but I really preferably want to see it at York Hall, and then go to ICW, and then go to Germany for XPW. That's my European vacation.
All right, so ICW is where he's supposedly. I'm looking at some of these names, and a lot of them I wish weren't there, but you know.
Oh my God! Somebody had said and I had retweeted on my Twitter or X, that's what we call it. Cool kids call it that. Someone was like, yeah, if you want someone who's a positive energy in the locker room, well beloved by everybody, causes no drama, hire this man. And there was a picture of Grado. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, he's universally loved by everybody. You know, I mean, because he's such a freaking lovable dude. You know, I mean, I love Grado. I do. I love Grado.
I mean, if he is, he's working backstage.
Yeah, but even then, every once in a while, when he pops up and does something, it's always great. I mean, who could command, like, seriously, like if he had been on All In at Wembley, that whole arena, oh shit, when Like a Prayer that hits, oh my God, that place would have been. He would have got a better ovation than Ocean Spray and Saraya put together.
I'm just sorry. I'm playing catch up here because it looks like.
Uh-oh.
Well, because I don't check on him. I love what he does.
I love Grado. I haven't checked on him in a while. I just happened to see that um
He's
he
on
had
Cameo. I know that.
yeah, I know he had been around and stuff. But definitely like for me, I'm like, oh yeah, like I want to definitely um I definitely want to make sure that um I want to see him again. I love him. He's the best. Anyways, so oh
Yeah, it
god,
looked.
wrestling.
He was with ICW. They're like at last I checked, but he's not focused on as part of their main roster. So,
Mm-hmm,
which is a shame. It's like, where is he now? Because that's what everything points to, but
mm-hmm.
he's not listed as part of the roster.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting.
You
Very
know,
interesting. Mhm.
I wonder if Ric Flair's going to do that slap competition again this year.
Really?
He did it the last time.
Was it that one that was like the one that they were showing, like the Dana White thing that he was showing after?
Yeah,
Oh God,
where it was
I
like,
don't understand that. I don't understand that. Can someone explain this to me, please? Like,
I mean,
I don't understand it.
the best way I can explain it is it's like a really lame pimp competition.
Mm,
They put on the baby powder and then
and just smack people. That's just so
yeah,
dumb. That's just so
it,
dumb.
it was
Yeah,
special.
I'm gonna shake my head. That is just so dumb. So dumb. Can I repeat myself? So dumb.
So dumb.
So dumb. But not even just that too, but it's like shit. Like if you're, like I don't know, it just doesn't seem it doesn't
It's not a
seem right.
sport.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But there are
It's
people
not.
from the
And you gotta
business.
be a yeah, you gotta be a
Like,
fucking moron to want to just like have someone fucking slap you as hard as they can. Like some of these dudes go up there all cocky as shit and whoop, knocked out in 2 seconds. Like, oh damn. Okay, yeah. How
one dude
embarrassing
got
is that? That's
one dude
embarrassing.
got laid out like it was just one sock, and the dude went.
Yep. Woo. Yeah. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. So yeah. So I just
I
have
mean,
to laugh again,
it's like
So
you kind of think about it, and this is sort of one of those things. You get some of those older wrestlers that'll go to some of the indie
mhm,
promotions. Yeah, we know it's
mhm.
for the paycheck. We get
Yeah.
that. But when
Yeah.
you have your Ricky Steamboats, your Ric Flairs, and a lot of that, going
Mhm,
back to in ring, and not for a retirement match, but as
mhm.
if they're part of the main roster, that oh God, it just hurts. It hurts my soul.
Yeah. Mhm,
It's like, and there are those rare exceptions. Rey Mysterio is still 35 years young under that mask.
mhm.
No argument. He can still go. He doesn't get gassed out. He's always ring ready. Cool.
Yeah.
Edge, not injured, really good.
Mhm,
And then you have somebody like Lita, who was
mhm,
gassed out after 10 minutes.
mhm,
And I'll even give Trish this much. She could still go.
mhm,
And, for her doing her first cage match,
mhm,
which was fire, it
mhm,
was good to see, but most everybody else just needs to stop. Like there's a very small few that can still go. I mean,
mhm.
because at what point? What does it serve? It's like, sure, the indie promos are getting the rub, but to what cost?
Yeah.
Because that's the other side of it too. Is that some of these indie guys, some of them come in starstruck with the stars in their eyes, and they don't realize about how
Mhm,
much work it is and how much it sucks.
mhm.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of shit you got to put up with. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they think it's like, I'm going to do this for a year and then I'm going to be on TV. That's not how that works.
Yeah. It's a little, yeah. People, sometimes I wish that people would, um, I don't know. They just, they need to have more realistic expectations.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
And that's true, because there's that, star mentality. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you. Cool, got it. If you don't believe your gimmick, it's not going to work. Cool, got it. But some of these guys on the indies, and this is my only complaint, they go in thinking they're, going to be on TV outside of a year. But what they're not thinking about is, who trained you? Where did you start? How long have you been wrestling? What's your quality of matches? How are your promo skills? If none of these things line up properly, you better be in it for the love of the business.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
maybe 1% worldwide make it to a major TV promotion. 1%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not even a grind my gears. It's just something, we've been talking about a lot of names where, Minoru can still go. How, I don't know, but damn still. So I get it.
Yeah.
But there are just others that shouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Wrestling is. I don't even like to really call it the indies anymore, because everything is just so different.
You
It's
think the
definitely not
internet has
the.
played a cause in that?
I don't know. I just it's not what it used to be, and I wish sometimes I sit back and I'm like, I really wish that things could change, but it is what it is. So
Yeah, there's something to be said about that. I mean,
Yeah.
and even things way back in the day with the people we call legends. I mean, most of these guys were doing, their wrestling gig for barely gas money and a hot dog. That's if they got paid anything more than a couple of bucks.
Exactly. That just doesn't make doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me. But
It's like these people who are, movie stars. You have the very, very limited few. You have like your Kaufmans, what's his name? The guy who did the WCW gimmick. That was a champ from the fucking.
Oh, you mean David Arquette?
Yes, David Arquette should get a lot of props, because there's a guy who went from all of that shit and everybody trashing him, loved the business so much, has been doing indies since. And he works hard, like hard, to get where he is. And he's been paying his dues up and down the coast.
Oh, yeah.
Love him or hate him, Logan Paul. That dude surprises the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I know. And for him to work like that with like Ricochet, I'm like
Ricochet, Roman Reigns.
Yeah. I was like,
it's like, how the fuck? But I guess some people are built for the business, some are not.
Yeah, so it's very interesting in that aspect. So,
and you can kind of tell, from those, if Arquette walked into a ring right now, he would walk in looking like a veteran, knowing his shit, how to make it all work. Not a problem. Whereas somebody like Logan Paul, sure, he's getting trained, but there's that experience that you can only get on the road.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I don't know. I don't know. I think that David Arquette's a funny one. And the reason why I say that he's a funny one is I was there the match that he did with Nick Gage. clearly
Okay.
did not do his homework on that one. And I like look back at it and I'm like, wow, that was some brutal shit. Yeah.
Well, it's also Nick Gage, who works pretty damn stiff.
Yeah.
He's a half step from strong style.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd say that. I'd say that. But it's also one of those things of if you really didn't know, it was very clear to me. He didn't really, I don't think he really understood what I don't think he knew what he was getting to. Definitely.
No.
Um that's one thing I didn't understand. But again, like I don't know. It was very interesting. And to be that close to see like when Nick Gage like stabbed him in the neck with the light tube and him just like freaking out. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, the guy knows what he's doing, man. Like I would trust this motherfucker. There are people that I would not trust. But that's one person I'm like, oh my God, I would totally trust him with my life if something like that happened. Yeah.
Now, the real check is how much of that was a work. Because the dude has acting chops.
It was not.
Okay.
It was not. It was not. And like when you saw it, because even when he talks about it to this day and shit,
He said
yeah,
it was the most
no.
painful thing he'd ever experienced.
Yeah, but not only that too, but okay, so like it was, God, what was that? It was one of those Monty Python skits, with the guy they chop the arm off and he keeps the blood. It's
Yeah,
just
the
woo, and
Black
the cover
Knight.
part and then woo somewhere. Yeah.
She's but a
It's like
scratch.
that. It's just a flesh wound. Yeah, no. Like he hightailed it out of there. Luke Perry, God rest his soul, took him to the fucking ER.
I mean,
Said, we're going, bye, see ya, we're out. Yeah. No, that he definitely did not know what was going on. I don't think he did at all. There's
he
no
probably
way.
wasn't. And that's fair, because I've seen some of his matches where it was just a straight in-ring match, and he was more than serviceable from where he started. Because I kind of feel like the indie is trying to train the next Cactus Jack and not the next in-ring performer, like your, Chad Gable. His Olympic work, if you've ever seen him do the Olympics, and that's why I'm kind of deviating from where we're not talking about his current WWE product, but if you've ever seen his Olympic work, dude is just amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's like Kurt Angle, same thing. Dude was amazing. But you look at some of these indie-rific stunt doubles, I think is the phrase I was using for a while. They're not learning the business in the sense of working a ring. They're learning what it is to do a death match, and I think that's walk before you can run for a lot of these guys. I love AJ Styles, but that dude could bleed at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
John Moxley, is it AEW if he's not bleeding?
Yeah. That's where it was funny to me that like in Revolution this year, I was like, yeah, I say that John was gonna bleed in about a minute, between a minute and a half, a minute 45. Was I on the money? Damn right I was.
Really
damn right it was. I was like, oh, I predicted I was going up on a really good I was on a really good roll with that. So that pay-per-view. And since then I'm like, nah, we're good. We're good. We're good with that.
Oh,
but,
and that's kind of something that, because we deal with the end product, the other side of the world. One of the things you don't really see at an Impact show or an NWA show is you don't see the busting each other open, even at their worst matches, like a Monsters Ball, which is done maybe once a year, if not once every other. It wasn't that bad. I mean, I think the worst thing I've seen out of Impact was when Sammy took the pizza cutter to the dude's head. They still don't. I asked, where did he get the pizza cutter? And people are like, I think it was from catering. because that's a very Callahan thing to do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Or
it's
like,
just
hey,
like
I just happen to have one in my bag. Here you go. Yeah. That always
you
makes it.
just
Yeah.
you never know with that dude. But that's the thing. It's I like and Insane Championship Wrestling. I think is the worst violator of this because I know from some prior performers that that kind of thing was semi-encouraged. Now that may have changed in the last few years, but to my understanding, that has not changed.
You're saying
The one at
wait,
Detroit, the one run by the
the
Insane
one
Clown
that
Posse.
yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Yeah. Only place where Colt Cabana is a heel. That's the one gimmick I've never seen Colt do.
Mhm.
I've
Yeah.
never seen Officer Colt Cabana. God damn it.
It's
I told him to this day. He's like, would you see Scotty Goldman? I said, that doesn't count, dude. No, that doesn't
it,
count.
you're not
Um,
missing a whole lot.
I didn't miss anything there. But Officer Colt Cabana, yes. I want to see
I mean, maybe Colt Cabana needs to come out with because Collision's no longer got a problem.
Well, what should have happened, and this is just Tony should
Right.
have put him in that expensive battle royal and principle. Okay, on principle. That's just my opinion. He
I think he
fucking
needs-
wrestled at GCW and made his debut last week.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Brett
I heard that
Lauderdale.
went over really well too.
Oh yeah, I'm like Brett Lauderdale. When you come to LA, the Ukrainian, please, but Colt Cabana, please.
I wouldn't be surprised since obviously there's some acknowledgement of doing a brand split, which I approve. I want Ring of Honor to be Ring of Honor.
A lot of people
where
do. A lot of people do.
Maria
Not this-
Kanellis is the queen bitch. Because goddamn.
Yeah, I really hope that I'm really hoping that
because they
gosh.
got the right people.
They need to go
run it.
back. I'm tired of these brand switching, these like this brand crap.
It's a brand split, name only, and that
Yeah. I'm just sick of it. It's like, yeah. Can we please not?
Your
do this
internet
anymore?
famous, Fiona. She's been
Oh,
trying to
look
be
at
involved.
that.
Oh,
Kitties. I have no pet to show anybody, so sorry, guys. So sorry.
fair
so
enough.
sorry,
I got
so
enough
sorry.
kitties for both of us.
Oh, yay. That's good. It's just good. Well, they should you. No, I just don't. There's just some things I just don't understand. But
Like
oh well.
they've got Terry in the back. They've got a bunch of the old school ROH people who pretty much lived and bled
Yeah.
there. They're talking about, what indie stars, and they had at least 6 indie stars from the UK that because of COVID, they didn't get a chance to do their thing.
Mhm.
And a lot of them are based out of Ireland and England, which has an amazing culture of wrestling.
Mhm.
So I look forward to seeing it. Like, I think that's one of those things where, WWE as a whole is pretty much hands off NXT. That's Shawn Michaels. He's let him go. That maybe needs to be a thing where, AEW, pay attention to that. You got like 4 fucking shows. Ring of Honor, just be Ring of Honor. Even if they use it as a proving ground to such a degree, that's fine. But, that's where you can, instead of spending billions on everybody else's talent, why don't you try breeding your own? And Ring of Honor was always good for that because New Japan took people, WWE, Impact. They did a lot of that. I mean, granted, most anyone that from Impact to Ring of Honor went back to Impact, but that's a locker room choice because I found from my communications with people in a business that two things drive you to a locker room: really good money, really good locker room. And you start out like when you're on the road, when you're doing with the independent circuit, it's about your locker room. Because if your locker room's shit, it doesn't matter how much money you make. You're just not going to want to do with it. Yeah, it's more headache than it's worth. Like, something I give a lot of credit to Sue Young, one of many things. She spent a good time on TV, full lot at Impact, but you still occasionally catch her at an indie show. She's now she just popped out a kid not terribly long ago, and she's she's out there doing shows. Yeah. I got mad respect for that woman. Holy crap. She's between her and Rich Swan, he's still doing his Impact stuff with Callahan. So, but she, you can check her Instagram anytime. You'll always see some. It might not be a bunch of dates. It might just be one or two, but she gives back.
Yeah, she's doing one right now near me in October, but I just won't go to that promotion because it was really carny, and and I'm just like, damn it. Yeah. So that's where I was getting a little.
What you do is you don't really go to the show, and then you just go to the after point and go to the tables.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But I don't know, this indie in particular, they did kind of dirty, so I'm just like, whatever, dude. So
no, that's fair. Look, there's some of the promotions out here I wouldn't. There's Bingo Hall, and then there's Bingo Hall with a, oh my god, why did I go here?
Yeah. I know that it's it's tough. It's tough. Yeah. So
and they're already kind of, and not politically speaking, there's already been talk of a future lockdown, and I know that some of these companies are bracing for it, and they should.
Yeah.
They risk shutting down, and then you lose an entire promotion, and then you have 15 and 20 wrestlers that are out of a job because they're independent contractors, as it were, and that IC staff.
Yeah. Sometimes I think too that even though there's a lot of people that are part of that are a huge part of the indies now, it's like, it's really sad because now it's like either you're doing something that's kind of major-ish, right? But then also at the same point, in the same token, it's like, I don't know. That's where I just am like,
Well, it's right along that same line of, it's great that Dave Meltzer has an online presence of X star matches based on his personal opinion. Great. What these performers, what these talent should be considered with is, how do I feel about the work? And how does the promoter feel about the work? That's one thing you'll always hear about the, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, some of these amazing, and these are just two names of many, who are these amazing in-ring performers. They were harder on themselves than the promoter, but they always made sure they gave 100% of the best work.
Yeah.
Unpopular, I know. I said the B word, but I said the B word. I'm not condoning acts outside of the ring, but much like Paul Heyman said, as an in-ring performer, arguably one of the best of all time. Everything after that, oh hell no. Just so we have that understanding.
I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Time to be alive.
This is such a weird. I'll tell you, this was such a weird week in wrestling. Okay,
Yeah.
because freaking whatchamacallit, and I don't like Bully Ray. Sorry if you do. But yeah, I don't need to see them team up. I don't
Yeah.
need that. I don't. I'm like, no, not interesting to me. What was the other one that I was like, no, that's not interesting to me.
No.
It just really isn't, and I mean, I think that um it's gotten to a point now, I think, where I think that it's just more like, dude, like, what next? Are you going to do a fucking run in AEW now too? Just because when something fucking happens to you in goddamn fucking um in Impact, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. Absolutely think something's going to happen like that.
Well, and that's something too. Is some of these major products, should they be building their own homegrown stars in a Randy Orton respect or a John Cena respect, or should they be looking at some of the more independent wrestlers and seeing what that is? Like, looking at a nice talent of somebody like William Regal, who doesn't bring in people who suck. And that really, I think, is the big question, and maybe the audience wants to chime in on this to at Miss Amanda Jane, JAYNE. What do you guys think? Do you think that these brands should be going more homegrown, independent? Or do you think they should just what do you think they should do in terms of their talent?
There's too many talents out there that aren't being used. And to this day, it still kind of bums me out. So I guess, like, for me, I'm sitting here like, wow, okay, well, like, what can you do? I mean, you really just, there's not much. Yeah. I don't know. All I know is I dropped a lot of money today.
Oh.
On tickets.
Did you buy tickets, not shoes? Okay.
But yeah, I'm going to 2 big events.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just say that probably both these events will probably most likely than not, one of them more so than the other, but
okay.
You will see me because one of them I'm sitting hard cam. Well, actually, kind of both of them.
Yeah, you tell us you're doing the AEW hard cam 3rd row. Okay.
3rd row. Yep. At Full Gear.
What's
and then I'm going to Wrestle Dream.
God, I'm so ashamed.
And that one I'm in. Okay, I'm in the section that's because there's the hard cam section, and then there's that where the other side of the ring starts where the ramp is, right? So I'm in the front row of that, but I'm not on the ring. I'm a little bit outside of it, so you'll still see me,
Okay.
And whatnot. Yes. So if you all saw like all out and you saw the Ricky match and he had the lady come over when he kissed his hand. And I'm like, on that. Not because I'm like, oh, he's going to kiss my hand. No. Because if he did that and he did to me, I would have slapped him across the face like, you douche canoe. That'd pinch his ass.
Douche canoe.
Douche canoe. Ricky Starks. What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me, motherfucker? Seriously.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Everybody's
got their favorite.
Yeah, everyone's got, has got their favorite, and they've got all of this stuff and, all this other fun mumbo jumbo. So it's like,
well, in between all that, how many indie shows are you going to?
How many what? Indie shows? Also I'm going to the Ricky Stark show, Collision, too. But no, right now I've got 1, 2, maybe 3 going on.
Okay. So you're equalizing it out. Then there's no shame.
There's no shame. There's no shame. It's just unfortunately like the what's going out there in the world, I'm like, yeah, it's there's stuff, but you know what? The indie world is kind of during this time of year, it's kind of slow.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a lot of things really like out my way anymore. Like PWG happened, but you know, that only happened once this year. Okay. So I mean, who knows? And then West Coast Pro ran a couple. They're running in LA this weekend.
Right.
I'm not going. Because I'm not going. And just, you know, stuff like that. Because it's like I now, because AEW is coming out this way, I want to go because we were denied for so long out in the West Coast.
Mhm.
People are pissed because what that means that the West Coast got four if you count. Yeah, I'm going to count Double or Nothing. We got 4 out here. 4
Mhm.
Revolution, Double or Nothing, Wrestle Dream now, and Full Gear. And you know what I say to these other places in Chicago and all that? It's about fucking time. This is my moment of
Spread the
zen
love.
again. It's you know, seriously, like, you know, I know people were upset that Revolution happened in San Francisco before LA. I know, right? I know. I get it. I get it. But you see, I think as they build out here,
Mhm.
that's where, you know, it's a little, for me, it's a little weird because it's like they have their groupies and hangers on. Okay. So we
Right.
saw Brock Lesnar guy again. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, just fucking go away. Okay. Go away. Okay. You've got
Okay.
him. Like, why can't you give me free tickets? Let me tell you, I am very entertaining when you see me when I'm on a hard cam. Okay. I'm not saying that because if you watch the Dynamite after Revolution and when Ricky came out and Juice Robinson did, yeah, me and my, you know, the googly looking eyes. Like,
Your uwu kawaii desu gimmick, where you're all like,
yeah. No. And then when Juice came and hit him in the back, I was like this, fuck you. Fuck you, Juice Robinson. Fuck you. Yeah, I was very animated. Very, very animated. I'm one of those people. I'm very emotional.
is
Yeah.
it Amanda animated or is it like, you know, fucking Soraya Knight animated? Because she was ready to jump the barricade.
It could be both. It can be both.
Okay.
I've been very unhinged around Ocean Spray. Very. It's on video many, many times. If you go watch the Super J Cup the first time in San Francisco, yeah, when he gets his match with Amazing Red, who's the fucking person talking shit to him? The minute he is out there, that was me. Yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, and I'm here wearing my villain shirt, right? Because I'm like, why is this motherfucker not in the goddamn Super J Cup? Fuck you, New Japan. Got this fucking asshole here." So he was like, "Oh, like I beat them all. I beat and I'm like this, right? And I'm like, you
It's like,
forgot
yeah,
one.
that's nice.
Yeah, and I was like, you forgot one. You fucking forgot Marty Skrull. You know, death taxes. Skrull beats
Mhm.
Osprey. I didn't make that
Yep.
up. Don Callis said that shit. And I believe the
And
hand. I'll say that. It's the
well,
truth.
and that's a dude that no matter, because I know he did the whole heel gimmick, but he knows what he's doing.
Yep.
Like, is it Dominic Mysterio kind of heat? No, but for an AEW audience, that was heat.
Yeah. I will say this if you were to ask me, if anyone had
Mhm.
seen me in Ocean Spray, I give that motherfucker Dominic Mysterio heat. Mhm.
Like,
So bad that he had to shove a woman. I will never forget that, Ocean Spray. Never. Never. And I will say this, okay? If I see you out on the streets, guess what? Game over, bitch. You better fucking write a will. Better start GoFundMe so your little fucking adopted son, you know, has money, because God forbid you probably are like going to screw his, you know, his birth mom out of whatever. God, what a fucking asshole. I swear to God. Oh my God. When he was like doing that promo and said, oh, you know, I you know, my son and blah, 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 and he money and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Didn't you do a GoFundMe, asshole, when your mom got in a car wreck accident and totaled her car? And you told your mom, and you also wrote in the GoFundMe that, hey, you know, I'd help my mom out, but I just bought all sorts of furniture for my new home in Japan. What a fucking asshole. Fucking asshole. And you guys all say, oh, he's good people. No! Who the fuck does that? If my mom totaled her car, okay, and I had money, I'd say, Mom, I'm going to return some of this stuff, this furniture, or I'll resell it. You know, I'll flip it, whatever, because that's important would be important for my mom, my mother, the woman that I came out of her birth canal. Okay. Yeah. You oh God, I hate that guy.
I got the sign up. Are you good?
Yeah, you sure do. I'm good for now. God forbid.
Okay.
God forbid he's at Wrestle Dream. Oh, I will freaking go over there. I will have anti-signs. I will have everything. You'll go, damn, right? What I wanted to do was I actually wanted to I wanted to do something with the Ocean Spray logo and him. I don't know what. Some kind of sign. I've been trying to think of what would be appropriate. I don't know. Right? Like yeah, I don't know. I have to think about one. I would have put it in the United Empire colors, the logo, Ocean Spray logo. So it's like that green and that gold, that ugly, hideous green and gold, right? And yeah. Yeah.
So we're making hate signs now? Does
Does
this qualify as our branded pointless aggression?
Well, no, but I don't do signs. I brought signs at Revolution. They were great. I had a Book of Hobbs one at the Dynamite. I had my I left my scissors in San Francisco because I thought that was cute. And then I had my Stark's Appreciation Society sign.
Okay.
Yep. Ricky saw that. Ricky's like,
SAS.
SAS. And when there was a little heart and all that other stuff. The Ocean Spray, man, people would be like, what the fuck? I will not take, anti-Phil rhetoric. People already know how I feel on that. I will
Those
do
signs get pulled from
Ocean
shows
Spray.
now.
Yeah.
Positive and negative, those signs get pulled now.
Yeah. If my thing is this, if you're going to be an asshole and wear his shirt like that, and if you're going to try to derail a show in Chicago because you feel wronged, you know what? Fuck yourself. Fuck him. And bravo to those people who were counteracting with Colt Cabana chants. I love y'all. Okay. Love y'all. Because still to this very day, I've said this on episode 1. I say all the time to anybody, you can come out in me in the street and I'll tell you the same thing. He's the only one who didn't say anything, didn't make a snide remark, didn't do nothing.
Yep.
Nothing. And those were his people that he knows, his friends were standing up for him. That's what that was, because they know that he wasn't going to rock the boat. They knew that. Nice to have friends like that. Yeah, and not people that bite, If I had a friend of mine that bit someone on my behalf, I'd be all, oh, hell no. You've got issues.
It's one thing if you slap them. It's another when you start biting.
It's one thing if you slap them, hit them in the nuts. But if you're biting somebody like you're a cannibal, no. I got to draw the line.
Okay. Whoa. You don't kick in the nuts. You don't kick the taco. That's just not cool.
Well, I know, but that's better than being bit.
Well, is it though?
Yeah.
I mean, was there blood drawn? Was this like vampire werewolf?
Yeah, I think
level?
so. There was. I believe there was blood drawn because that mark would not have been there that long if there was not blood drawn. I firmly believe that.
They should have televised that over a John Moxley death match.
No shit. Exploding barbed wire? Fuck that. We want to see like the fucking Bucks super kick a door down.
Yeah.
And fucking
get that backstage violence.
Yeah, that's the cool shit we want to see. I want to see Jack Perry fucking get strangled out.
Again. Mm-hmm. I want to see him.
I want to see Tony Khan at the moment he felt his life threatened by CM Punk.
Yeah, by a water bottle or something.
Who doesn't want to see that? You know we all do, and you know it's probably something very, very wussy. And he was
Wait.
probably fucking just right off a bump, and he's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." Yeah,
Go ahead, give her to me.
please.
Preferably
shake
with
my
some form of outfit.
I'm shaking my head because everybody
this'll
who
work.
knows. Oh, kitties.
Hold on.
Anybody who knows, I think that I honestly really feel that people who know will definitely kind of, I would say, like, I don't want to say side, but I think that they would definitely, I think people, when you look, I don't know. I just,
Do you
okay, I
feel
can't talk about it.
like a
I'm
lot
getting
of
mad.
that was more indie behavior, or do you think that was more ego behavior?
I don't know.
Because
I'm
I
not
can
sure.
tell you what I'm waiting for. Like when it
Mhm,
comes to some of that, is I remember Gentleman Jack Perry.
mhm,
I remember some of the vicious, just visceral promos where you either loved him or you hated him, but by God,
mhm,
no one in the room was quiet about it.
mhm,
And right now the crowd's starting to get a taste of it,
mhm.
but they're not there yet. And some of those things I think are coming into their own, and we're either going to see gold or we're going to see nothing. Woo! I'm right next to the bed. She's fine.
Yeah, I just, I'm just gonna.
Like the dirt sheet stuff kind of, well, it's not something we tend to want to focus on. It also stems back to the behaviors. Where did they learn to behave like this? Was it coming in, bad training, poor locker rooms, or was it when they hit the big time there became an ego? Because I think that's a very valid question.
It is a very valid question. I mean, I couldn't answer that. I would not know how to answer that, or if I could answer that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
this might be one of those questions to put out into the ether too for anybody in the business. Do you think that part's a thing? Hey,
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a really valid question, because we could look at people like a Phil Brooks versus somebody
Mhm.
like Jack Perry versus somebody like Hobbs, or
Yeah.
we can go round and round of there are people who
Mhm.
their outside point, their gimmick, their on screen is
Mhm.
one thing, their kayfabe is an entire different point.
Yeah.
And like it's a very good question, because I feel like it's a little column A, a little column B, like Chicago, Philadelphia, these hard end towns. I
Mhm.
think bring out the worst in their local promotions, having seen them firsthand.
Mhm.
Um, they have that ego because they're such hard towns to get over in, but at that same time,
Mhm.
that's two places out of literally hundreds. Every town's got a local promotion or a promotion within 30 miles of you.
Mhm.
If you don't support your local, there's no point in watching the big time.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just me, because I've done the Hammerstein Ballroom. I did the Bingo Hall. I've done some of those places. I've been to the Tokyo Dome. In my travels, and a few other places that are not near as important.
Mhm.
But there's a difference. Like, Japanese wrestlers are incredibly humble. You can tell somebody who went Joshi into a dojo, no matter if they're gaijin or not,
Mhm.
compared to somebody out of an American academy.
Yeah.
Hell, even
I
the
think.
Canadians.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think that maybe. I don't know. I just. I don't know. Where I've seen things, and granted,
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to the Tokyo Dome. I think of the two I think in wrestling, I think the two probably, well, three,
Mhm.
if you want to go there, probably like
Okay.
some more of the like more iconic wrestling places. Obviously, number one for me is Reseda at that
Hmm.
American Hall, PWG. I also like
Yep.
to think Frontier Field House in Chicago for Ring of Honor,
Yes.
huge one. And then the third, I will say the Cow Palace, because
Cow
I saw
Palace.
WWE up there.
Ah,
Obviously, I've seen New
ah.
Japan there. I did not see Ring of Honor there. I've seen my local indie promotion run there twice,
Mhm.
and yeah, and I think that you know those are like for me the ones that are like the iconic places I've seen wrestling at. I don't want to say like I don't think that there's a lot of places that aren't iconic. You could argue for the later years of Ring of Honor, Sam's Town in Las Vegas is pretty iconic
Mhm.
because they had the two every year, and that was always anniversary show and Death Before Dishonor. And I'm very
Yep.
very sad that they don't go back and do it. So I'm
Can you
also very
even
very sad too that
can you
Shane Taylor
find a Death Before Dishonor like the tapings anymore? Because I know Tony owns the rights, but are they up
he
anywhere?
owns everything. Yeah, he just did Death Before Dishonor in New Jersey, and
Yeah,
it
I
wasn't
saw
in
that, and I'm like,
September. Yeah, no, Death Before Dishonor is always like September,
well,
like
who
third
owns
week
the
of
tape?
September.
Like he owns the tapes. Can you go back and look at some? Because there are some real banger classics
Mhm.
going
Did
back.
you know
Hmm.
Death Before Dishonor, the one pre-pandemic,
Hmm.
it was 2019.
Okay.
We saw a match that I never thought was ever going to happen. It was my dream match, and sometimes, be careful what you wish for. Sometimes,
Okay.
but I had been told by both parties that ain't ever going to happen. You'll probably have to pay us to do it. I'm like, okay, well, how much? No one ever would
And
answer that question. So it was Colt Cabana versus Marty
hmm.
Skrull. And I
Hmm.
always joked that I would make a half and half shirt because those are my two favorites. Okay. And I did make a half and half shirt that was blinged. I have a photo with like me and Marty. There's a video, and I'm going to show
but
it to you
but
after
do
so
you
you can
still
see
have the
it.
shirt?
I do. Of course. I do.
See, now what we need to do is take your wrestling in the Rock's head, and
Mhm.
we need to put it in the center, like right there, like just
Yeah.
patch it in.
I think what we should have done was put this shirt on like that. And then with like me holding a peach. That's a new
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Which,
Got it.
for those of you who don't understand, it's our
Mhm.
chaser shot peaches sign.
Peach schnapps, baby.
Yep.
Peach schnapps.
You make two little potatoes, thumbs up,
Mhm.
put them
Yep.
together. Now you know.
Yeah, and knowing's half the battle. Yeah. But
Hmm.
Evil Uno did get kinky because when Ricky posted that picture of himself at the airport. Evil
Hmm.
Uno said, "What's the lower half look like?" And I'm like, I'm with Uno.
Hmm.
But I will say this: I he didn't really get hit in the booty,
Yeah.
but I was shocked how much he got hit in the face. That shocked me. And I think
Well,
he truly did get caught in that turnbuckle when he was upside down. Yeah. He's got kind of
now
big feet. So
I will kind of throw this out there. I do kind
mhm.
of feel like you could smack the ass, but it would end up more like a quarter. I mean, bless you. I kind of feel like that's a thing. Uh,
What, like bouncing quarters off his ass?
mhm, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
Real
but why would you?
recognizes real.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, like with him, it's like Jesus. You don't. I mean, you just look at it and you're just like, shit. I don't want to potentially bruise the peach, you
Well,
know.
I mean,
But
it's
I
fine.
will say this, right?
Hmm.
When he walks, sometimes yeah, he walks like a man that knows he has a great ass.
He does the little
People who have great
sashay.
butts, they walk a certain way.
It's true. It's
It's
true.
true. I
Willis
don't
is
have an
working on
axe.
that.
Yeah.
You don't have, well, the yellow
Wait,
card
Willis is back?
plights.
Willis, are you
No,
back? No, I think she
I,
Willis was back. Okay, I was gonna say what? Yeah, no. I mean, I think yeah, no. We're not. Yeah, no more butt talk. Yeah, can you believe I just said no more butt talk?
I know, it's great.
I
I
know,
figured if
right?
we
It's
kill the
weird.
subject, we're
I
good.
killed the subject. I'm like, no more butt talk. Oh my god, no.
You heard it here first, episode 1.
Episode 1, I said no butt talk. Right now, I'm gonna curb
Okay,
that a little bit, but no, I think
so
that I really honestly feel that um I just really feel that wrestling now is very interesting. It's
mm,
very, very on the IWC. I've seen this week. It's very, very political. You know,
mm,
as someone who's been, I sometimes think I'm a very vocal, polarizing person in the IWC. That just is. It is what it is. But I also
yeah,
feel that I am a person that people have gone out of their way to be like anonymous, and I've had death threats, I've had other things happen, I've had people do some evil shit, and it's like, dude, it's just the freaking internet. And at the end of the day, these people are they're just dudes. I mean, let's talk about, what's important with life. And I'm going to use this as an example because I heard, not
mm,
100% confirmed yet, but I think that hell is freezing over, and we're probably all going to
okay.
die soon because NSYNC is reuniting.
I
I'm a big NSYNC person, not going to lie. I'm going to say that I used to think that the NSYNC world, because I was heavily into it, I used to think that was drama, and then I got into the fucking internet wrestling community and all that, and it is drama. Can we please go back to circa 2016, 2017, when it was still really fucking great, and no one really gave a fuck about Twitter? No one wanted to be a fucking internet fucking wrestling, you know, schmucky superstar, you know? No one wanted that shit. No one
a
cared.
mark
No one didn't. People were nice, they weren't talking shit about people. Why can't we go back to that day? I've always said that on episode 1. That would be a beautiful day to go back to, but we're too far from it. Way
I
too
don't
far
know.
from it. You
I
don't
don't
know?
think that's the case. Not at
No?
all. Mm-mm.
Well, why? Why do you think that then? Because I feel no.
Because the internet, especially social media, is a very small amount of people being very loud. So it gives the illusion that this is a majority opinion.
Mhm,
Um, to gonna give you an example,
mhm,
one of my favorite wrestlers, Session Moth Martina, she's out of
mhm,
Ireland. She went from being kind of green, 3 moves, that was it, sort of a thing, but had a really great personality to where now she's working 5 or 6 promotions. But there were points where she'll throw out a media post and it'll be something cutesy and something per gimmick, and you'll have like at a 320 odd posts that somebody will reply
mhm,
to on this, maybe 125 of them are people just being dickheads, you know, and then you have, a good quarter after that is just people going,
mhm,
yeah, that's great. And then you have that smaller end that's, her fans.
mhm,
And the thing that people will pick up on more so is the negativity, because that's, what is it? People will remember the evil that men do before they will recognize the good that they brought into the world.
mhm,
And I think that's really the case, because that's always been Twitter. They do not,
mhm,
Twitter, Facebook, these shitpost trolls, they're a minority. Like a lot of people
mhm,
are very thankful. We have
mhm,
wrestling, literally pick a day of the week. You can either
mhm,
go to it or watch it,
mhm,
you know. And a lot of people are appreciative of it. We all have our fans, we all have our favorites, we all have our, heels we want to boo.
mhm,
But at that same juncture, I think it's this very loud vocal minority. Like a lot of
mhm,
shit you've experienced. I told people
mhm,
I'm not even going to lie to kick it. I got the opportunity to be on the show with Miss Amanda Jane, and I marked out because I'd been reading her stuff. I'd been following her social media for a good long time because of her proximity to Marsh, which I adore Ref Marsh forever and a day, and especially producer lady. You know, big hearts, two peaches up. So I had, watched her and I valued her opinion because there were too many podcasts, too many places talking about the AEW, WWE gimmick, and not enough people focusing at the remember wins, the impact, because you'll hear it here every time. All of your favorites at some juncture went through Impact stores. Whether it was Scott D'Amore or Dixie Carter or even before then, every single one of them. So, I mean, that's where I sit because,
Yeah.
it's like with Impact. A lot of people shit talk Impact NWA, but they're still here. NWA has got to be one of the oldest promotions in the country.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it's still going.
Yeah.
Impact has had 3 of 4 shitty bosses, that have damn near ran into the fucking ground, but it's still here.
Yeah, it is. But I mean,
So, as you've been watching the indies, in Miss Amanda Jane's opinion, and I'll give my own, who is somebody in the indies that is to watch? Like, who's the next big thing in your mind? Not somebody on AEW, WWE, none of that. Who's not on TV that you appreciate, that you see big things for?
there's 2. Actually 3.
Okay. Give me names.
Obviously, Brian Keith is one of them.
Right.
He's about to explode, period. I mean, I think he's the next one of those. Right?
He's got the beard, the eyes, that hat.
The whole gimmick, yeah. The intensity. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's
so good.
That's the kind of shit that people like. They like when people think, oh, I like strong style, but they don't exactly know what it is. Because I love it when people I love strong style, but then they have no clue what it really is. Brian Keith it's his strong style. That's what that is.
He spent time in Japan.
Like strong style 101. Okay. Now, so he's probably the one right now. The second one this year is someone from out in my area. Actually, these are 2 from my area. One of them who I think has been doing an absolutely amazing job with a lot of the people he's wrestled. He did wrestle Jeff Cobb at West Coast Pro quite recently, and it was a banger. If you like beef, there was a lot of beef or meat. We didn't even talk about the meat, but we'll talk about that in a moment. But his name is Alpha Zoe. And Alpha Zoe, man, he's had the year. I remember pandemic coming out of it. He got really depressed. And I was like talking to him and I'm like, dude, I'm like, like he was starting to look, he was like losing interest in wrestling and stuff like that. But then one day he just kind of got his shit together and was like, I'm going to start doing this for me. I love doing this, and he started working on himself and things like that. He quit drinking because he was like getting to a point where he said, I would drink all the time. And what's it doing to me? It's doing nothing. Right. So he sobered up, been hitting the gym, and his wrestling has gone like tenfold. And he is awesome. Like he is one of these ones. I've been watching him for like years and years, just like I did with Will Hobbs. And he's got something that there's an it factor to it that he has. And I can't describe what it is, but there's something about him. It's genuine, it's likable, and the guy can go. The guy can go.
Okay.
And he works on his craft. So Alpha Zoe, that's one half of the world's freshest tag team. Shout out to D. Dre, his partner. I love those guys. I have socks. That was some of the best merch I've ever seen people sell. And I love Alpha Zoe's new shirt too. It's kind of cool. I'll have to repost it.
I gotta get you some of my boss's socks. They are so good.
There you go. And then I swear, like the other thing, like for me, that the third person, and he's been around. He has been on AEW on like once or twice, but this was like, was Rampage still? It was when they came to Northern California. He was on there, and I think he was on Ring of Honor too. They had him come out, but a guy named Titus Alexander. He is the future franchise. Titus is I remember when I first saw Titus, I'm like, this kid. Well, there's actually two. I have to go there about Charlie, but Titus was one of these ones. Like he's got something special there, and he's doing the damn thing. And so I'd definitely say him. And then of course, Starboy Charlie. I remember when he did his first. I was there his first wrestling match at APW, and he was like maybe 14 years old, maybe. And yeah, to see him grow up, it's kind of awesome. Now he's like, I call him Man Boy Charlie. I'm like, you're Man Boy Charlie now. I said, shit, you got yoked up here, but you need to work on your legs, kid. And my other criticism of him is, buddy, I love you dearly. Get rid of the overalls. And if you know what I'm talking about, because you've seen Charlie, you know what I'm talking about. Get rid of the overalls, kid. It's not doing you any favors. Yeah. So he's got some good things. I've seen him do a lot of really great things. He's done some great things, with GCW, things like that. That's one that I know Janela really took a liking to, was Starboy Charlie. So,
and I'm presuming there's some YouTube content, a little bit of searching online. Anybody?
Absolutely. You can look on YouTube if you put, type in any of their names. Also, the other thing too is they are on Independent Wrestling TV. And they have been doing a lot of West Coast Pro on YouTube lately. So go check them out. Shout out to, I think, some of the best cameramen in the business. That's the UGWA camera crew from the United Underground Wrestling Association down in San Jose. I think that they've got the best camera crew. These guys are even better than AEW camera people.
It's hard to be Stu.
These guys are great.
Sorry.
Yeah, these guys are great. So, but yeah, that's who I've got right there. So those are the best right now. Yeah,
I've got two.
Okay.
Two. Okay. Miyu Yamashita, unsigned. If she was on anything big, I've never seen it. We are talking in terms of women. It's the it factor. She's got the look, she's got the skill, she's not too tiny, but she's not too big. In terms of women, that does make a difference in your style of wrestling.
Yeah.
Can wrestle hard, can wrestle soft. The gear it's authentic. It's not like you can tell somebody, like, she sewed it herself, period. You can tell that she's just that invested.
Oh yeah.
And the other is a guy probably nobody's ever heard of except for maybe Mortis, he's a friend of mine. I've seen him do his thing. He's an amazing dude. He's formerly known as Tyler Gray. He's got another gimmick. He's working down south right now, getting a little retraining with a far bigger gimmick. He was working out in the Midwest. The kids, he's got it. Like, it's just, you look at him, you're not quite sure what to make of him, but you want to keep watching him.
Okay.
And he's a good family man. It's like part of what makes AJ Styles so phenomenal to me. Same woman, entire career, all his own kids, all there. Every contract he's ever done, he has stipulations to make sure that he can be with his family. Like, he still runs the roads, but he's there for that, and that's rare in the business. But yeah, those are my two. I mean, more specifically, I know Tyler's, doing some things, and training takes time to get him on something bigger. But Miyu Yamashita, if you can find any of her work anywhere, she's been to America, she's been to the UK, she's done the Japanese. She's worth watching, in my opinion, because I tend to focus more on women wrestlers, not because I'm some weird perv, but women's wrestling for the last ever has been shat on and given the back seat.
Mhm.
So they
Yeah,
did.
she was recently was she on or she gonna be on? She actually is she actually um wrestled and is now the West Coast Pro she's a women's champion now. Yeah, she's wait, no, is she? She wrestled Masha Slamovich with us, and that was
Ooh.
fucking badass. That was badass. And then I want to say that um did she win it? I think she did. I think she did. I think she's our champ now. I think. Did she? Did she?
Well,
Um
if
she
that's
might
the
be.
case,
Mhm.
you embrace that. You'll see it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, to have a good match with Masha is not difficult, but not everybody can.
Yeah.
But that's her bull Nakano, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I've seen, like, I get some of my, from cell phone footage, and my God, that's her bull Nakano. Like, no question.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, she did wrestle Masha. She did not
Mhm.
win. However, I think God, she's coming back around again because I
Yes.
saw her name on something that around here, and I was like, oh, she's coming back again. Um, so definitely, and I know I saw her when she wrestled Thunder Rosa, and friend of the show, fucking love Thunder Rosa. Um, but I wanted to say that I feel like she's coming back around very, very soon out to the West Coast.
Yeah, because
Why I'm thinking that she is, I had this feeling that she is. But again, I could be totally, totally, totally mistaken. I could be wrong. I could be
I
wrong.
I know she's got the Tokyo Princess Cup.
Mm-hmm.
I know she won the Max Heart tournament, the Princess
Mm-hmm.
Tag Champs. I know she was that with Makito.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I know she has the Princess of Princesses Championship, which she's a 3-time winner of.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably her more recent. But yeah, she's due. Um, she has done, and this was my mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, she did do Ring of Honor,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like a one shot. Impact Wrestling was basically a one shot. Like, they should have signed her, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's oh, this is who's our champ now. That's right. Is Takumi Iroha. Mhm. Yes, because they have a huge Wrestling Store has a huge partnership now with Marvelous, which is awesome. So
ooh,
yeah, so she beat Masha. It was an awesome
that had
match.
to
It
have
was a
been a
very awesome
banger.
match. Yeah, fucking love Masha. I mean, yeah, it was a really awesome match. Like I had to look it up. Like I'm like, wait a minute, why am I getting all these confused? Sometimes, and I'm gonna say this because someone that I know, and Willis knows this
Mm-hmm.
person too, we get a lot of Joshi. Okay. I get very uncomfortable because a lot of the people, guys, I'm like, come on, you know, yeah, they're turning red. It's very uncomfortable. And I'm like, okay, for dudes who get all, oh, you're just looking at the wrestlers, the ass and whatever. You know what? You guys are doing more gross things about thinking about some of these like Joshi wrestlers than I ever in
Yeah,
my wildest dreams. Because
they,
I'm in
they have no idea how hardcore those women
no,
are.
no. And I will say this, like Willis had said, and I'm throwing Willis under a bus right now. You can at me, Willis. I don't care. You know I'm right. Tried to
You can
say,
at me if you can
oh,
figure out who I am.
well, the match, like the strap match, he was like, oh, that must have been turn. No, I'm sitting here like, oh my god, he's getting beat in the face. No, not the moneymaker.
Mm.
No. I mean, there's one part where he's missing about like maybe 3/4 of a dime, the size of a dime. Piece of skin came off. That's probably going to be a scar the rest of his life on his back. And I'm like,
That's
oh,
gonna hurt.
yeah.
Hey, what's your feeling on the Hex?
On the Bucks?
No, Marty Bell and Allison Kay.
Oh.
I mean, they've done like one shots, but
Well, here's the thing, though. Like,
okay.
Allison Kay, though,
Mhm.
here's the problem. I think that she brings a lot of the negativity onto herself. And that's why no one really wants to. Marty Bell's awesome. Okay. I'm not, but
Right.
yeah, but I think that it's just with Allison Kay, she's the.
Yeah, because I know Allison Kay's been I'm very familiar with the She Skunk very well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, from Masters of the Multiverse. Like as a tag team, I think they work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everywhere they've gone, they put on great matches. You know, you know, on the indie circuit, I know they're working their ass off as best they can.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always good to kind of, you know, get an idea because they're very American, homegrown.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here, somebody else, maybe you're familiar with, Charlie Evans. Does that name ring a bell to you?
It does. It does. Why am I like in my mind right now and not why am I like I picture her, but I'm like trying to vaguely see and think about what who she looks like.
Hey, I can actually do this. Hold on. I have shared a picture gimmick, which you can, I believe, pull up as a producer. If you look down on the bottom, you should see a picture of a lady. Or if you want, I have another way to do this.
Okay, tell me another way to do this.
Okay, hold on here. Well, it's more something on my end. I will do it. Do 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 do. Hold on.
Ooh, there I am. It's like infinity.
I've got skills, my dear. Skills.
It's like infinity.
Bam.
Oh, why does she look so familiar to me?
She's mostly EU, Japan. Like she's a thicker girl, but by God, can she go?
Oh no, I've seen her before. Okay. Yeah, I have seen her before. Yes. Yeah. I've seen her before. You know who's another woman out there that
Okay.
that I think in fact did well great with. I still will say this till I'm blue in the face, but Kylan King, man. The
Kylan
AEW
King,
fucked up with that one.
Lady Frost.
Oh, that's another one too, Lady Frost.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. And her husband, Victor my God, Peanut Butter Army. Holy crap, dude.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I'm like, oh my God, no. Definitely, yeah, like I think, yeah,
Okay,
there's just some that,
having a moment here.
man, Tony Khan totally screwed up some things.
It was like with Lufisto. Lufisto could have been that locker room leader. She's been around, pardon, forever. She knows her business. Oh, which that reminds me. Jessica Havoc, I know you don't watch. By God, I wish you did. Happy 20th Wrestleversary. You know, you are a true veteran. You have wrestled more than anybody will ever know. You're a badass woman, and you need to tombstone Sammy at least one more time in my lifetime. That there's videos out there where she's tombstoned his ass.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that. So definitely gonna have to take a look at that.
It's great.
I'm gonna have to look at that. Well, you know, I don't know about you.
What?
But I think, isn't it that time?
It is that time. It is our last call where we, you know, unlike those other people, those other 3-letter brand gimmicks, we like to focus on the positive. So, Miss Amanda Jane, what are you toasting to? Oh,
who am I toasting to? Well, before we toast anything, let's just remind them where they can find you at.
Oh, here.
Well, not everybody has video, so they can't see. Remember, because there's some people who are like trolling on audio.
Well, Wrestling on the Rocks. I am Thursday. I am the glorious co-host. Very proud. For what are we? The Chaser?
Yeah, Thursday Night Chaser.
Thursday Night Chaser. We're the best. I mean, we're gonna start a brand war ourselves. I'm just saying.
Oh God, Lord, God, that's all I need. It's like one of these nights that like fucking Bishop's, you know, chatting it up with Marsh, and I'm like, oh God, please no.
You know what?
Love you, Bishop, but you know.
You know what we need to do? Never mind. You talk your positive. I'm gonna cheers to something a little different. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, let's cheers to something a little bit different. So I'd like to throw a big old cheers out to you can actually, I believe it's on, might be on YouTube this weekend, but big old cheers to West Coast Pro. They're doing their show in LA at the Don Quixote. The main event is Titus Alexander versus Daniel Garcia for the West Coast Pro Championship. I will say that I was very fortunate before Garcia and Lee Moriarty got picked up to see these guys wrestle all the time in a place that was less than 200 people. I saw fucking Daniel Garcia get his ass handed to him by Murder Grandpa. It was very uncomfortable. But it was great. It was great and uncomfortable at the same time. So big cheers to them. So that's my cheers. So who are you cheering to?
I am going to cheer, since we have a brand split, I'm going to cheer the other team because I think we need to have one of them on.
Ooh. There's a war here.
We're brand split, baby.
You dropped the gauntlet. I did not. I did not.
Bishop might claim to always be right, and this is the shoot. But the last 3 episodes, we have called who got fired, when they got fired, and why they got fired. We've called who was getting used in 2 different companies, how they got used, and when. No inside baseball.
And even if I did have inside baseball, do you think I would tell you guys?
I have inside baseball. I ain't saying shit.
Nope. I ain't saying shit either, because then I will never get inside baseball anymore.
That's how you know. We're not the dirt sheets. We're the chaser, baby.
Yes.
So,
and then everybody. So on that, like, little final note, everybody, that's last call.
That's last call.
Cheers.
Peaches.
Hey, producer lady here. Thanks for tuning in. Continue to support us or buy us a drink by following and putting the I in subscribe on Twitch. Or subscribe and review our podcast on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to us. Cheers!
I would never have a drink with Wrestling on the Rocks.